Today, it is finally time to get all the sheet metal converted over in the brand new Redeye Hellcat Magnum's engine bay, so we can get it ready for that 800 horsepower power plant. And there are a few differences between the older cars to the newer cars, especially if you want everything to bolt in properly, like the windshield washer reservoir or the active suspension, wiring, or any of the sensors on this side. On this side, you want the air box to properly bolt in, as well as all the supercharger cooler and all the active suspension mounting, as well as sensors that go on the outer frame rail. To get this done, I have to drill out all of these spot welds going all the way around these tubs on both sides, as well as these frame rails. You need to get all the spot welds taken out of them and all of these welds right here, because we are going to throw these in the trash. This is probably my favorite part of doing Magnum Hellcat swaps or builds in general, is when you have everything looking brand new and it's protected better than it was from the factory. The whole engine bay is painted. We have all of the undercoating done underneath the car, and on the interior, I've started to paint these tranny tunnel pieces so they match the rest of the engine bay or the rest of the car. I used to undercoat them. It really doesn't matter either way. I just kind of like it being painted a little bit better. But yeah, the whole inside of the car, the whole underneath, and the engine bay look brand new. And the great thing is it's going to protect the car and last a lot longer than it would have. This car wasn't rusty. It did have some surface rust starting in the back where the subframe was, as well as the fuel tank and some other spots where some stuff was chafing on the bottom of the car. The great thing about the undercoating is it's quite a bit thicker. And the great thing now is they have a new applicator, so you can adjust the nozzle instead of it being a huge tip. And I can get one can to almost coat the whole underneath of the car. The good thing about that is 2 cans on that setting, I can get 2 coats on the whole underneath the car, and then I adjust the texture up a little bit. You can see it's a lot finer than it usually is. And then it's the perfect texture, and I get 4 coats of undercoat on the exterior or underneath and the interior. So I use 8 cans, which it comes out great. And then it just adds a bunch of extra protection. The rest of this car, I think, is going to be painted the same color as the engine bay. Not 100% sure. But the other thing that I do is I convert these cowls, and nobody else does this. The Charger dash doesn't bolt up to a Magnum cowl, so there is quite a bit of difference between them. Plus the silencer pad doesn't bolt up, well, it doesn't clip in, it doesn't bolt up, and then the tranny tunnel doesn't bolt up, or the seat rails don't bolt up. So everything is converted, everything is like brand new. And then I have all replaced foam. So all this is foamed like it would be from the factory. Same thing over here, you can see it's all foamed just like it would be from the factory. And now it's ready to get the Redeye Swap into it, which is going to be awesome, because now I'll be able to finish wiring this car and it will be running and driving. We have all AAD suspension for it. I have a few other odds and ends that I have to paint the same color as the engine bay. There is an aftermarket crossbar, and say using the factory one, I believe it's going to be one that connects somehow. I'm not 100% sure, haven't really looked at it, but that's going to be painted white. And then I need to paint the bumper support, the radiator support, and some other little brackets and some of the nuts for the wiring. So I really can't wait to have this Magnum running and driving, because it's going to be a lot more room in the shop after getting all the parts from this Magnum into the old Redeye Charger. They made a lot more room, and now after I get this whole Redeye Swap back into this car, it's going to make even more room, which is going to be nice. And then I can start working on some other stuff that I've been needing to do. I took the Z apart. I need to paint the engine bay on that car. I might actually put that thing on the rotisserie. I was thinking about putting this Magnum on the rotisserie, but I've never done a Magnum before, and I don't have the stuff made for the rotisserie to put a Magnum on it. And I want to put a shell that I don't care about on there first, just to make sure that it's not going to do something weird. I'd like to be able to put them on there with all the doors on it, so then I could flip it halfway up, or like a 45-degree angle upside down, and be able to just go at it with the, because you have to get all of the surface underneath prepped, and it'd be easier with it facing this way than it being upside down over you and everything falling on you when you're cleaning. This car was very grimy underneath. It took me 2 days to pretty much sand all and scuff all of the underneath of the car. And then it took me like so it took me 1 day to do that, and pretty much a whole nother day to get everything wax and grease and wipe down and then mask it off. So at least I didn't have to mask the rest of the car off, because I left it masked from when I painted the bay and when I undercoat the interior. And I made sure that I didn't get any overspray on the paint. I think the guy's going to end up painting the whole car, but I didn't want to have a bunch of overspray from the undercoating and the painting of the car if he didn't end up wanting to do that. So at least everything looks brand new that I did, and it's going to be protected. So I'm going to end the video here. If you like these videos, make sure to click the subscribe button, throw a thumbs up, throw a comment below. As always, see you guys next time.